which shoes in my collection are the most sentimental to me. Good morning, YouTube! What's up, guys? I hope you're safe and healthy and happy and doing okay. Now, I know that in every Running Shoe Fanatics collection, there are those couple of shoes that just have some sentimental value that mean a lot to you. And today, I figured maybe I would take you on a little bit of a tour of which shoes in my collection are the most sentimental to me. Some of these are sentimental because of YouTube or because of races or just other strange, funny stories. And I want to let you in on that a little bit. And guys, I'm interested to know what shoes you hold dear to you, which have sentimental value in your collection. So please comment down below, whether it's just the shoe, whether it's the story behind it. I love to learn more about you as well. All right, so now let's go to the 5 most important shoes in my collection. These are not in order, just random, so here we go. The first one is the OG Hoka Clifton 1. This is the very first pair of Cliftons that I had. No, this is not the pair that I ran the New York City Marathon in. I had these before I ran in the New York City Marathon. And if you've listened to any podcasts or interviews that I've done, you know that the Clifton 1 is kind of what catapulted me into my obsession with running shoe technology. Basically, I had been running in ASICS shoes, which are fantastic. Nothing against ASICS whatsoever, but I had been running in, I think, like the GT 1000, and I wanted a change. I wanted something different, and I started researching different running shoes. I had no idea about any running shoe technology at all, and I think I might have saw like the Ginger Runner's review on this shoe, and I became interested. So I went to my local running specialty store and picked up a pair of these, the OG Clifton 1, and I fell in love with it. Once I started running in this shoe, I was like, wow, this is what I've been missing. Nothing had ever felt like this before, and it just opened this door for me in my mind about all of the different running shoe technology and the different brands and anything that I could consume that was running shoe content, I would. So I have to be honest, if I never got the Clifton 1, I'm not sure I would have ever had a running YouTube channel. I mean, from the time I got this shoe to 2019 when I started my YouTube channel, that was about like 5 years. But hey, I mean, this really put me on that path, let's say. This purple shoe right here is the very first Clifton I ever had, and the reason why I am talking into this camera right now. The next shoe on my list is the Saucony Ride ISO. So I ran in the Philadelphia Marathon in 2018 in this shoe. And at the time, I had been trying out a bunch of different options. I had tried, I think, the re-release of the Clifton 1, and it just didn't feel quite right. And there are a couple of others in the mix, I think, that I was training with. But ultimately, I decided to go with this shoe just because it felt tried and trusted and just like a reliable trainer. And that's exactly what it was. It got the job done, and I didn't feel super uncomfortable. I mean, obviously, miles 20 to 26, my feet were kind of barking, but I kind of feel like that would be any shoe. But this shoe isn't just special to me because I ran a marathon in it. Sure, that's part of it. But the real thing that resonates with me when I think about this shoe is during this time period, I was going through kind of like a difficult time in my life. And I have a vivid memory of running in the park that I was training for the marathon and in this shoe, and just letting my mind go free and just being at ease with the trails and with the park and the running and the training. And it all came down to that marathon day, and I was able to make it to the start line, which I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to, but I made it to that start line, and I did it in this shoe. So really, this shoe symbolizes to me being able to overcome difficult things in life and getting to the start line and in fact making it to the finish line. So when I think of this shoe, I always think about hard times in life and how they always get better. The next shoe on my list is the original Nike Vaporfly 4%. So actually I have a funny story about this. This shoe had been out, I mean, they released it on the Nike website. It was impossible to get your hands on, sold out in a matter of minutes. And I was super frustrated. I didn't know how I was gonna get my hands on this shoe, and I just knew that I had to. I saw a tip on Jeff Dengate, the editor-in-chief of Runner's World magazine. He wrote on his Instagram, I think, that one of the Nike stores in Manhattan had this shoe. And at the time, I was working in Manhattan at my job, but I was working the overnight shift. One night, I worked 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., and I planned on staying in the city until the Nike store opened so that I could get this shoe. If you work the overnight shift, you know, you just kind of want to go home after it. But no, I was jazzed up, my adrenaline was pumping because I needed to get my hands on this shoe, and I was so close to doing it. Finally, I took a cab down to this Nike store, and I walk in and I'm just like, do you have the Nike Vaporfly 4% here? And they were like, yeah, we got it. And I went home with it. In fact, I actually got my friend Kate a pair as well, and she picked them up that night, but it was so exciting. And it wasn't even like my weekend. I had to go to another overnight shift the next night, but it was so worth it. This shoe obviously changed the running shoe game, but it also left a big impression on me and kind of gave me a funny story to tell about how I got it. The next shoe on my list is the ASICS Meta Racer. This shoe is super special to me because this is the first shoe that I ever got sent to me for the purpose of review for my channel. So when I first started my channel, and I'm talking like 50 subscribers, I sent a bunch of emails to different PR, emails from running shoe brands just to see if I could get the attention of any of them and hopefully get some of their products for review. I knew it was a long shot, but it was a chance I was willing to take because why not? I had always thought to myself like, oh, the dream is to have like these running shoe companies sending me stuff for reviews so that I can try out their products. Like that's the goal, that's the dream. And in that moment when I got this shoe, I thought, wow, I'm making it. I could have never imagined any of this. Trust me when I say that. But this shoe really just gave me the confidence like, all right, like I'm legit, like I can do this. And yeah, this was definitely a very interesting shoe, not my favorite shoe by any means, but it's very special to me just because of what it signifies. It signifies the beginning of my YouTube channel, the start of this journey, and just all the fun that we've had along the way. And yesterday I actually got the Glideride 2. So we'll be comparing these soon enough. And the last shoe on my list is the Nike Vaporfly Next%. This shoe is mainly on the list because I PR'd my half marathon time in it. Went from like a 150 something to a 140, 133. So that was really exciting, and I was wearing this shoe. But also just the memory I have from buying it was really fun. Me and a bunch of my friends, we went into the city and we had empanadas, and then we went to this awesome running shoe store in the city, New York Running Company in Time Warner Square. God, I can't even remember what it's called anymore. It's been so long since I've been in the city. It was so fun, and we spent hours in there, and we were like, there's no way we're leaving without getting the Next%. And that's exactly what we did. Just a nice memory from a day where there were lots of laughs and excitement and a lot of running shoe talk, which is, my favorite thing. Well guys, those are my top 5 sentimental shoes in my collection. Again guys, let me know down below some of the most sentimental shoes you have in your collection, which mean the most to you. I want to know. And with that, we're pretty much done with this video. If you enjoyed it, please like it down below and subscribe. And when you're done with all that, hit that notifications bell down below so you can find out every time I upload a new video. I don't miss that overnight shift though. I have another video for you guys on Sunday, but in the meantime, get out there, get on the grind, and don't forget to run like Heller. See you next time. Now, I know that in every running shoe fanatics